Hi there, I'm Nora from Neon Bean Studio. Today we're gonna use watercolors to create loose watercolor painting, and this is like no pain painting. It means you can just relax, put your thoughts into what you're doing. You don't have to think much, you just use the color to like express yourself and don't think about the outcome. And we have a little special guest here today with us. Hello, this is Flower Pelargonia, and this friend here is helping us today to do our painting. So I get a bit inspiration from this little friend here. Look at this color, neon. Woo! It's neon pink, it's so cool. Okay, so I put our friend here. Okay, you don't see it maybe now, it's not under the camera, but I can see it. It's helping me to create my painting. So you can see this is actually makeup brush, foundation brush. I'm just reusing it as a watercolor brush because why not, right? You can reuse all the brushes you have. You don't always have to have only specific watercolor brushes. You can just use other brushes also. So this is synthetic, and also my other brush for watercolor is synthetic one, and I mean they're very similar to each other. It's good for playing colors really fast. It's like floating nicely. I will show you. And this is natural brush. Okay, so let's get started. So I put my water napkin here. Actually, I will show you what watercolor I'm using. It's schmincke. It's a German brand. They're very good basic watercolors. It's totally doing the job. And I finish off my painting with these Derwent Inktense watercolor pencils because they give a bit vibrancy boost. Let me open it up. They look like that. Okay, let's get started with the painting. And first we're gonna use our makeup brush. Okay, so let me do quick background for our flower. By the way, the paper I'm using is 200 milligram. It's also very ordinary paper. I just got it from supermarket. It's not fancy paper. It's kind of, you can call it a cheap paper, but like I'm just doing for relaxing myself. It's not necessary something I put it on the wall later, so don't have to use all your money for paper. You can just do it for fun. Okay, so now we have this background here and we have to leave it to dry a bit. So let's come back when it's dry. Okay, we're back again. So this paper is almost dry now. It can be tiny bit wet, not like too much. Okay, and let's now take a bit smaller brush. Let's take this one. Okay, let's get wild a bit, let's not stress too much about our painting. Okay, so let's put this pink color here. So our plant is very, very, very pink. Okay, so I make the blooms first. So let's imagine it's going here. Let's make these blooms a bit like that, a bit like that. You just, and see it goes a bit like, into the background, which is cool. That's what we want. It has to be very loose. It has to look like, you just throw the paint on the canvas. That's the loose thing, It's not like intentional painting. It's very loose painting. And the main thing is to have fun, right? You don't have fun if you think too much about your painting. So let's just have fun. Let's do some dots here. Okay, so we did the dots. So this is wet now. It will like mix up a bit. We can't touch it too much, otherwise it goes just, you know, like a one big dot there. Okay, and let's do now some leaves. Okay, so we have some green here. And where is our, this is a bit minty green. I will just mix these two. Like that. We put a bit green. And this is a bit forest green. So we'll make like nice mixture of these greens. Okay. And even if this painting doesn't look anything now, it will become cooler later when I'm using the watercolor pencils, because when it's dry I can make some, you know, like very loose lines there, and it will just add up to this, you know. So don't be scared. It's, yeah, it may look a bit weird now because it's like basically just some dots randomly, but let's not be too afraid about this. Okay. Okay, some blue stuff here. So the leaves are a bit like roundish. They're a bit like that. Okay. And let me take a bit minty color. So in the nature, if you see around, you don't see one color. You see maybe, you know, at least hundreds of colors in one plant. It's like having all the colors in the world. No plant has only one color. And it's so crazy cool. Nature is amazing. I love nature. I'm only inspired by usually nature and food. I usually draw. Okay, this is a bit going mixed with this green, so it's not looking that great. I can take this brush here using this napkin. It doesn't mix up too much. We can take a bit red and try this one, huh? Yeah. So it doesn't have to look realistic, you know? You can go wild. Doesn't really have to look exactly like your flower what you draw or some item you draw. It can go a bit like, you know, different direction. It can go fairy tale looking, whimsical a bit. Okay, let's come back to this one. So let's put a bit color here. And let me add a bit yellow also to this. Yellow here. A bit more yellow here. Dum da dum da da. Look, it's so easy to paint when you don't have to think how it has to look like, you know. It's like, oh, it's actually fun. Okay. Bit water to here to make it more like, you know, like blending. And what else? We can put a bit like violet here. It blends also inside. Makes a bit like blend here, like that, and then a bit like that. Okay, let's make more dots. It is like a bit dotty. Okay. All right. And then here also we make a bit like that. And let's leave it to dry for a bit, because otherwise it goes too smushy, okay? So we're back here. This painting is now dry and it's ready to get some pencil touch. And I also brought here my golden marker, and we can do some extra dots there and stuff like that. So let's get to it. Okay, so these are these watercolor pencils. Inktense are the name, and I have used them a lot actually. I like them. They're really cool. So let me see. We're gonna use this greens, purple, yellow, this one we're gonna use, this one we're gonna use, this one, this one, this one, maybe a bit white those, so this, okay, and orange. All right, I'm gonna put these more here that they're more near to me. These brushes are good for later when we start to put some water, add some water to it. And you can see my paper is a bit floating here. The option is to tape it, but I didn't have the tape nearby now. Otherwise it's good to tape it on the table, but I use this kind of water here and my hand basically to hold it. It's okay. So let's start using this pencils, and we make some like a bit flower petals here. Okay, let's use some other, like a bit some red. Okay, it's very like, you know, like quirky painting. All right, let's put some here also, like that. And you know, the moment when you feel like, you know, your painting is like kind of like you feel like it's not the way you want, or it's like even like feels like ugly to you or something. I have it often happening with me that I feel like, okay, this is not going nowhere. But then when you start to build up you know, your painting or drawing with other stuff around, and you start to feel like it's getting better and better with different addings and different, like, you know, dots or stripes or like some strokes here and there, and it goes better, you know. Even that one, it didn't really look much. It's just like I don't know, like bubbles here and bubbles there, but we're gonna make it work. Let's see. Let's make it work. So we make some contours here. Okay. And like that. Okay. And then let's make some like leaf here. Okay. Alright, let's use some other green now. So let's use some different one. So don't hesitate to use different colors. It just makes your painting more alive. It makes it more interesting. So what I'm doing now here is just a bit randomish things, and let's see what's gonna happen with our end painting. If I do here and there some things which I think will make it cooler and fun. Okay. Alright, and then this one, what we're gonna do with that spot here? We can think what it can be. It can be actually butterfly. Why not? Let's make it butterfly. Okay, so it's like, you know, a butterfly which shows us the edge of it. Okay, and it's like that. It's in the air, and then you can see that maybe it's having some kind of friend here, which is also some kind of like butterfly-ish guy. Okay, so they're like dancing here a bit. Yeah, they're dancing. let's pretend that they're dancing. Okay, and they're having some summer dance. Why not, right? Butterflies have summer dance. So I'll use some more purple here, maybe some greenish yellow to make them more pop here, a bit more yellow here because they're colorful butterflies. Okay, and why not that they're like having some kind of, you know, like a movement here, so they're dancing, right? So you make a bit like movement here, dancing butterflies. And then our flowers here. What we're gonna do here is maybe add a bit brownish here. That is, let's pretend it's the soil here a bit. Let's make a bit soil. And like I said, these pencils are actually watercolor pencils. So let's add a bit water. Before that, I'm gonna do more strokes here. A bit more paint this one here. Okay, and a bit here. And let me do a bit shadow on this one. So let's make a bit shadow here. And a bit shadow here. And a bit shadow from here. And this is the lighter part, so let's make a lighter part here. Okay, and lighter part here, and lighter part here, like that. And then gonna make some white a bit here. Okay. All right, I think it's ready for extra water. I put these here. They're not on the way. Okay, let's add some water, but very gently, that it's like not going crazy. The water in here. So I would call it also stress relief, you know, if you have some tension, then it just goes away when you do such thing. It's like really helping. Okay, and then like that, you put some water so here and there. Don't have to put everywhere water, but can keep some without totally. Let me put some water here. And then here also. Put some water to our butterflies gently, that doesn't ruin them totally, that there would be just some splatter plots there, but you know that they would have also some feeling there. Here also maybe. Okay, let's water our soil tiny bit. So accident happened, my video got like cut half. So I was just talking to myself here, but something's happened to this picture, and as I can't go back because it's watercolors and I can't just start again with the same thing, so I was just gonna tell you what happened meanwhile. So I was just thinking it needs some more movement, and these petals are like cool that they fly with the wind here. and you know, some dots here that, you know, like some flower nectar is flying. And I also added few ants here that is more, you know, lively and action is happening, because in the nature always some action is happening, nothing is still really. So what I'm gonna do is I wait for a second, then it's dry, and then we come back and then use this guy here, this golden marker, and we're gonna do some extra stuff there. Okay, so see you in a second. Okay, now we're back, and this drawing painting is dry now, except these dots here, but they're not really bothering us. Okay, let's go ahead and use our marker. Let's shake it a bit because it needs a bit refreshment. And let's add some dots here and make it a bit golden. This is a bit like fragile place here that it's actually making like a bit, not whole, but it's a very tender place. I'm not touching it really. And it's like I use this for some extra spark or highlights, and it makes like a bit extra touch overall. So I make some dots here and dots there, some dots in the air. Just gonna put these on the side like that. Gonna scrub it a bit here. It has some nast. Oh, okay. It's gonna better. Okay, and then a bit here also. And press it, comes more out. And a bit in the air also. Okay, so we have some golden touch here and there. I went a bit like lines, like here, and very gently, not too much, just tiny bit. Okay, and try to do like center of the flower a bit here, even though it's not really like visible like that, but it's like our fairy day picture, so why not? And also here a bit, they get a bit golden touch also, like that. Okay, I'll try to not do too much, otherwise sometimes it goes like too much and then it's like just too much. Okay. Okay, here also a bit. Yeah, it's done now. Yep, no more needing anything. It's done. Final. Always you can add more dots, always you can add something else, but I mean then it's going just like, yeah, you can still continue working on it, but I will say it's done for now. It's okay, it's cool, I like it. It's kind of like has a lot of movement, has a lot of life in there, it has color, it's happy. I like happy drawings, happy paintings, and the most important is that you were like, you know, happy while you do it. So that's the main thing. Brings you happiness to draw. So thanks a lot for watching, and I look forward for your comments that when you do your own drawing, how you feel about it, and you can let me know about how you like my video, and see you soon again. Bye bye.